Alright, what's up everybody? So we are on Fallout 76, and I just wanted to go over probably the best way that you can start. So, first things first, you're going to make your character. I'm not going to do a whole lot here because, I mean, this is just for this video. I've got several characters already. So, you got to do all that. You can check this stuff out if you want to read it. It's just a little bit of information. It's nothing special. And you can eject the Nupa Tipper. It's not, I mean, you can play it in the game, but it's not really anything special. If anything, you can take it and sell it at your camp once you establish that and have a shop. Alright, so you're going to run through the vault. And keep in mind, there's not really anything you can find in here additional for your character. Everything's going to be laid out for you as you walk out. And now, so I've played this game since day one. And when I started playing, they did not give you all this stuff. They give you a little bit of stuff in your camp, but like, as far as the additionals go, they did not give you any of that. Building supplies, extra stem packs, right away, all that stuff. Yeah, they give you a hat, and that's it. Alright, once you finish everything, you're going to come to the vault exit. And on your way out, it's going to give you the option to be a fresh dweller or a battle ready dweller. So in this instance, you don't really miss out on anything if you do the battle ready. You gain additional levels, and you can pick a preset special class, which once you progress a little bit, you can find a special station and you can adjust all your attributes as you want. And the way the perks work are perk cards, so you can equip and deselect those as you wish. So none of this stuff is like permanent. You can adjust it immediately if you want to. So for me personally, I would recommend just going with the gunslinger, because I think some of the weapons you have initially are probably going to be like pistols, basically. And like I said, you can adjust this as you play the game. Like there's no dead set way you have to play if you pick a certain preset. So everything's always adjustable. Alright, so you'll talk to this guy, and you'll see the dialogue pops up in the top left over here. So if you don't want to sit and listen to him, because sometimes it takes a while for the NPCs to talk, you can just kind of push through it really quick.
Well, yes, but it's been some time. Oh, do
Right. So as you start out, you open your Pip-Boy. You'll see you have no hunger and also bonus XP for 2 hours, and that's just in game. So like if you leave the game and then come back, you'll still have whatever time is left. And as you are fully fed, fully hydrated, you get these bonuses, so it is important to kind of maintain that if you want. You don't have to, but it is beneficial. So as you start out, you'll have a 10mm, the Western rifle, both pretty good. They give you a pretty good amount of ammo, and they also suit you up with armor. So you already have a little bit of damage distance, and you're pretty well set. Let's see, some water, some food. This stuff does not go bad. Keep in mind, if it does go bad, there'll be a little bar somewhere over here that says the amount of time left. Stuff like fruit or meat, that will go bad, but canned stuff and water won't go bad. One thing I will mention is if you walk over here, you can test out your guns really quick. You can check this person, take their loot. They keep a pipe pistol on them. So when you search a body, you can search the area or nearby corpses. When you do that, it searches multiple, so you don't have to go around and check everything. So if you downed a bunch of enemies in one spot or one like general area, you can search all of them at the same time. When you come down here from talking to the helper up there, you'll have this donation box. People can drop stuff out in it for new players. You can read this if you want to. Yeah. So once you're high level, I mean, if you want to do this, you can. There's a few of these. There's one here. There's some at the trade stations throughout the map. Those are supply posts and trade locations for players to go to as well. So you'll talk to these guys, and then they'll give you the next location, which is up here, the Wayward. It's just part of the quest. It's right next to a camp you have to go to that the Overseer was at. Used to, they had robots spawn out here. Little tiny ones, but I guess now they just do ghouls. As you level up, you can upgrade your VATs. Right now, when you first start, it's just going to target them, like, generally. It's not going to be able to do, like, limbs or their head. On your way to the location you have to go to, which you can see on the bottom, if you'll cut left just a little bit, if you see right next to that spot, there's, like, a little outline of a house. You're going to want to go to that first. And all that is a location for you to be able to build a shelter at your camp, which is like a little underground section. So that's something you'll want to do for sure. Once you get a certain distance to it, it's going to automatically pick it up as a miscellaneous mission. So if you'll just keep going this way, eventually it'll put a marker on it for you. And there might be some ghouls in here. Usually not. But you'll find this stuff in here. Your first lockpick. Which, I mean, if you played any of the Fallout games or Skyrim, it's still the same. Extra weapons. And right now, my recommendation for anyone new right now, just grab everything. Once you get to camp, you're going to start scrapping stuff for your building materials or for your weapon supply materials. So there's no reason not to, because you should have plenty of room. Like, even when you come out here to this cabin, there's a lot of leather or hides that you'll scrap for leather. So when you do that, you come up to any workbench except for a cooking station, and you'll scrap the item. You can do scrap all the junk. It'll do that, and then you'll be good. You see when I did that, my weight went down from about, I think it was 91 to 79, so by 12. And I obviously still have plenty of room to spare. And once you have a camp set up, or you just have a location with a box or your stash, you can store all your junk in there. That way you don't have to waste space on it. Alright, once you make it to the Wayward, once you finish this, you'll notice that as soon as you're done, there's a location right out here that you need to go to. So once you're finished here, just come out here to this. And then after that, there's one more thing that I think that you should do, recommend that you should do, and it's come over here to Flatwoods. And we'll get to that once we're done here. Alright, so when you come in here, there's going to be a little bit of a confrontation you have to deal with, so I recommend switching to first person. It's also a pretty small space. I guess no matter what you choose, he's going to end up dying, so once you're done with that, talk to her. She's going to give you a main quest line to do. You're going to go after people from the group that he's in. You don't have to do it right away, but it is something that gives you some rewards. Alright, as I mentioned before, you're gonna come out here, and if you don't want to do that quest yet, which, I mean, you can, it's not hard, especially if you're level 20. What you can do is come over here to the quests, and then just deselect it, and then not worry about it. It is a main quest line, so you should probably do it at some point, but you definitely don't have to right away. You come over here, you'll take all this stuff. Just immediately just scrap it. It's just wasting space in your inventory. And then it wants you to make some items. The one thing I recommend doing if you have weapons in your inventory already is to just go through and just favorite them. Oh, you do have 308 because we found the hunting rifle. I forgot about that. We'll go ahead and equip that. Anyway, if you do that, So like right now I'm on PC. On controller, I think it's one of the D-pad options. There's somebody's camp right here. If you go through and you open that up, anything you favorite is going to be right here, so it's quick access. So you don't have to open up your Pip-Boy, because unlike the other games, this is online all the time. So when you open your Pip-Boy, same thing with VATS, like time doesn't just stop, like everything's still going, so you can get attacked and killed if you're just standing there looking at your inventory. There is a part where you can go ahead and make your camp. You don't have to do that yet, but if you want to do that, open your inventory, press Z or whatever input it tells you to do on controller, and then you can just place it anywhere. It doesn't matter. So just get that placed. It'll tell you if you can't place it, it'll be red. And you can move these anytime, it just costs a little bit of caps. Which you do start out with 100 at level 20. If you play at level 1, you start out at 0 caps, so keep that in mind. So when you're in your camp, you hold down the camera view button. That changes the way you see things, and that is how you go into build mode. So right now we're just gonna make something small, but I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Your house is done. I think there's a glitch where if you come over here, you can just go through the window to get into the bed. Now keep in mind you can lock the windows. One of the things I will mention is if you rest for long enough, you'll get a well-rested bonus, which is just an XP bonus as you play. So that's something to probably do. It's not much, but it does help. Alright, when you first get into Flatwoods, there will be a group here that's called the Responders, and that's what you're going to join. This is their main area operation, but you'll come over here and you're going to go left. And there is a person that's usually here, but you don't have to talk to them. You can just do the self-service kiosk to join up. So it's going to give you a mission. You're going to do 2 missions from this thing. And when you finish them both, you will obtain the plans you need for the workbenches that you want, that you do not have already. And those are going to be the Tinker's Workbench and the Chemistry Station, which are both very vital and important, I think, to your gameplay. Now you can find them across the map, but this is just an easy guaranteed way to do it. Plus you get XP and other supplies or weapons or ammo. So all you're going to do is come by and find their stuff. And then you're going to go to the icons, wherever it tells you. Right now I wasn't paying attention, but you're going to come down here and you're going to collect some of this water. Okay, so once you do that, you're gonna come over here. Alright, once you finish that up, you're gonna come over here and you're gonna do a little bit of crafting just to make some boiled water. And once you're done with that, you'll come back into this diner and you'll do the kiosk again, and then you'll be done with the first quest. Alright, once you do that, it's going to do the second part, which is called Second Helpings. You'll find the next person, and as you complete that first quest, you should obtain the chemistry bench. It'll tell you in the top whenever it rewards you. Yeah, so there's your chemistry workbench. You got that. Only took a couple minutes. Pretty easy stuff. And like I said, you can go find it, but there's no guarantee it'll be there.
My own church to the responders for their outpost here, and you're welcome. The responders
One thing I will mention is if you look at this guy's terminal, make sure you look at the cookbook because it'll give you some additional recipes to use. And you can read the other stuff on there if you want to. I'm not going to because I've already done that. So in this instance, you will have to shoot one of these Brahmin to get their meat to be able to make some of the food that they want you to make. It's a bit much, but I mean, it is what it is. You can do that, or if you happen to find like a rad stag running around, you can kill them and cook their meat instead. But these are guaranteed to be there, so you just do that. You make this steak, and it does have benefits besides just filling your hunger meters, so I wouldn't just eat it all at once unless you just need to fill up yourself. But once you finish that, you'll go back to the kiosk again, then you should be done. So after you check in there, you're going to go out here, and then you're going to go back inside of the church over here. Once you go in there, you're going to go ahead and look at the terminal. You're going to do whatever it tells you to do, and then once you finish that up, you're going to get some caps, and then you're going to get rewards. Alright, now we're done. Sorry about that. So once you finish up all the tasks it tells you to do, you'll come over to this terminal, you'll finish that up, and then you'll get the rest of your supplies, and you'll get your other plan that you need. You'll go to your notes, already learned the other stuff, and then you'll learn that as well, and then you'll have the chemistry workbench and the tinker's workbench. So the chemistry workbench is vital because that's what you use to make the stuff like Radaway or Psycho or stim packs, diluted stim packs, stuff like that. The tinker's workbench is important because that's how you make pretty much all your ammo, obviously. All your regular weapon ammo, railway spikes, harpoons, any explosions, stuff like that. That's all going to be on that workbench, so it's definitely vital to have that. So once you finish that, then you're free to do whatever you want. You can follow the main quest line if you want, or you can do just anything else. It doesn't really matter. It's completely up to you. You can listen to these if you want to. The Brother to Steel welcome broadcast. Once you do that, it should give you a location. Or you can just do the overseer stuff. Either way. Well, one thing I will mention, I almost forgot about it. Over here in this responder station, once you finish your stuff, or before, it doesn't matter, you're going to find this. This is for the Overseer's missions. It's going to be some notes and then some supplies. So just go ahead and search that. It's extra stuff you can take that you can use. But after that, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all I've got for you guys. I guess I can go in here and show you some locations that are important. So as noted earlier, you found that shelter spot. You can come up here. There's going to be a vault you will go into. You'll search it. There's the entrance on the outside, not the vault door. And that's how you get your shelter. Which, once you go in there, you'll see kind of what it's going to be like. It's like a little underground bunker. And you can set that up at your camp. Here's the airport. That's a good spot for supplies. You set up a little processor. Here's Top of the World. That's another good mission spot. The observatory up here, I believe that's Fort Atlas. That's where the Brotherhood of Steel resides. Another important location. I believe down here is where the Foundation is located. They have a lot of good stuff you can trade for, and they have a bullion sales place, which you'll learn more about that. So you might want to go there as well at some point. Way up high up here, I can't remember where it's at exactly, but up here in this general area is the Raiders headquarters, basically. So if you want to go down that road, you can. It's not what I do, but obviously you can play however you want. And one other thing I will mention is down in this area somewhere, I believe right around here, it is the legendary exchange. It's called, I think it's the Rusty Pig. Either way, that's where you go to buy legendary modules or just random spawn legendary weapons from a mole miner vendor. And at all of the train stations on the map, you will find legendary exchange booths where you can sell your legendary items if you don't want them for points. And that's what you use as currency over here at this outpost area. So keep that in mind as well. Alright everybody, thanks for watching, I appreciate it. Hopefully this video is helpful for you. Make sure you leave some comments below, let me know what you think, let me know if you have any more questions. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.